Welcome back to today's Clash of Clans video, guys. We are here at White Temple and we're going to show you the best attack strategy at Town Hall 10 for both ground and air. What we're going to do is basically flip back and forward between the ground attack and the air attacks. We recently had an MLCW war, wasn't the best for White Temple. I myself only got two 90% 2 stars, so wasn't very helpful to the team. We didn't quite get out the victory on this one, but let's highlight to you some of them attacks so that you know the best strategies at Town Hall 10. Alrighty guys, getting straight into it then, the ground attack. Now the best ground attack at Town Hall 10 is most definitely the Hog Riders. Now there's a few different ways of doing it. In this first attack, Clarity is going to be bringing a kill squad in from either side to set the funnel, basically press his heroes right through the middle of the base. What that's going to do is take out some key objectives, and that's what you want to try and do to set up the Hog Riders. It's very much like one of the air attacks that we're going to show you in this video, but for this one, Clarity brings 2 golems. That basically means that once he's set the funnel, the golems can come into the base to help to tank. And as you can see right in the center of the base here, the wall wrecker is brilliant for opening that kill squad. Now again, a lot of people ask, can you still do these strategies without the siege machine? And yes, Town Hall 10 3 stars were always viable prior to the siege machine addition, so it's going to be possible, but it will be harder. Basically, you're going to have to use a spell there, you're going to have to use more troops, but look at what he covered in the kill squad of this attack. He took out the entire bottom section of the base here, meaning that the Hog Riders can simply come right through the top and basically you know exactly where they're going to go at this point. You can see that we have wizards over on the left hand side already in. As soon as them Hog Riders have cleared out an area of the base, make sure you have your cleanup troops in. Basically that's going to help you with time. Now on this war, I myself got caught out by one of these with one of my fresh hits. The troll Teslas in the corner of the base, they just caught us out on a lot of different attacks. Didn't affect Clarity here. He manages to have enough time to get the Hog Riders over there, take that out. But that does bring an important point, guys, that any of these attacks, we're not saying you're going to 3-star every single time that you use them, but they are the best attacks to be using at Town Hall 10. Let's move on to the air attack. Now for the air attack, it has to be the LavaLoon. Recently, the Drag Bat has been one of the best strategies at Town Hall 10, but due to the Bat spell nerf, it still works, guys. It's still very powerful, but we've got to say that LavaLoon, if you want to learn a strategy which will help you throughout your Town Hall 10, 11, 12 career, LavaLoon has got to be the one you learn. Now DJ is an absolute beast with LavaLoon. You've obviously seen him on my channel numerous times, and very much like the Hog Riders, there's many different ways to do it. On this one you can see that we are using the Queen Charge technique. So notice how the rage spells were used for that area with the healer, or the rage spell, sorry, but we also managed to incorporate the wall break in with that. Now that was very important because we were wall breaking into a multi-inferno. Now anytime you're doing that, it will shred your wall breakers, so you need to make sure you have enough of them to get through that, but also if you can use that rage spell to speed them up, even if one of them gets off, you might still have a chance of getting through the wall. And as you can see on this one, we would not have lured the CC had we have not got into that area, so that was very important. And not only that, we've also carved a section of the base for the Lalo. So basically what you want to try and do is cut out a section of the base here so that you can then control the pathing of your Lalo around the base, and that's exactly what DJ does here. Uses that stone slammer just to merge in. Again, that's not a necessity. It is going to help you get the 3 stars. We're not going to digress from that, guys. Anytime you put in the comments that you don't have the siege machine, it's going to be harder, but you can still do it. On this one, coming to the enemy queen last and not quite having anything to take her out there, she gets distracted somehow, leaves the balloons, comes back across to the middle of the base. The enemy queen then turns back to the balloons right as our queen were about to take her out. I mean, just look at her. She's just pacing around there, not doing anything, right in the center of the base. Ah, nightmare. Anyways, nightmare for them. DJ able to dodge a bullet there with that one, with the loons. But again, the LavaLoon is something which is going to be very, very strong, very helpful for you if you can get to use it. I would probably say that if you're new to both of these strategies, the Hog Riders is the easier one to learn, but the kill squads can be very much the same. Let's dive back across to another Hog Rider attack for you though. Okay, so for this one, we are coming at it a little bit different to what Clarity did with that regular kill squad. But again, like I said, a kill squad is a kill squad, and that's something that is transferable across any attack strategy. So you need to really work and practice that, guys, because that's going to then enable you to do any different strategy, whether it's the Hog Riders, whether it's the LavaLoon. But at Town Hall 10, these are the two attack strategies that I would recommend you be learning as top of your priority. So the Queen Charge is going to be used on this one. Now notice how at the bottom here we have the King and the Wizards trying to clear this bottom section. Now that just enables the Queen to come into the base here. Otherwise, even if the Wall Wrecker opened up the compartments, she might have still walked around if we hadn't have cleared that part of the base with the King. So don't ever forget, yes, you need to create your funnel initially, but as your Queen is coming around, this is the same for bowlers, witches, whatever strategy you're using, you need to break that funnel at the other side as well. Now again, similar to what we said in the LavaLoon attack, it's exactly the same for the Hog Riders, and you can do this in many different ways, whether you bring a traditional kill squad, whether you bring the Queen Charge. You're basically cutting out a section of the base so that you can control the defense targeting troops, whether that be Hog Riders, whether that be LavaLoon. You need to be doing that, and obviously you want to get some key objectives from that. Now it's not always a necessity to get X, Y, or Z objective, but most of the time you'll be looking for the enemy Queen, the enemy CC, a multi-inferno. In this case we actually got both of them. Any splash damage, anything which is going to be troublesome for the strategy you're using on the back end. And as you can see, because we cut out that section of the base, you can actually use the Hog Riders in more of a mass format in order to control their pathing around the base. You know exactly where they're going to go. You don't have to worry about them, you know, splitting up, which is something which is massively inefficient. You want to keep them in a group so that your heal spells can be used over the top of them. And again, basically you only need to, with the Hog Riders, bring any in surgically if there's any defenses where the Hog Riders would have to come out of their track to come back, which would be inefficient. But let's bring you back to a LavaLoon attack. Okay guys, final attack of the video. Basically 2 Hog Riders, 2 LavaLoon. I think these are the best 2 strategies at Town Hall 10, but be sure to let me know down in the comments. I think Hogs is the best ground strategy. There is miners, Bowler Witch, you know, with air, like we said, there's the drag bat, there's a few different methods, but I definitely think that the LavaLoon and the Hogs have been top of the meta here at Town Hall 10. If you're going to practice anything, they're also pretty similar in terms of your kill squad. You can basically just select the best one for the back end of the base. Now that might be determined by the position of the air defense, maybe single or multi-infernos. It just depends on how your balloons are covered as well. With the Lava Hound, are they tanked? Many different things that you can look at. Again, the Queen Charge is going to be used on this one, but notice how we take out this top section of the base so that we can direct the Queen into the base, into this little gap here. Now that is very important because that's actually where we're going to get the value. We've already lured the CC. If you can do that prior to your queen charge, what that means is that you can basically pull the troops to an area of the base where you're not in trouble. So again, if we had the CC here and the enemy queen and these defenses, the archer tower, the 3 expos, it's a very dangerous place. So taking out the CC beforehand was definitely better. Now again, we mentioned Inferno towers. The Inferno tower there on multi is dangerous for the balloons, hence why the Stone Slammer was used to basically take that out before it then drops the loons. Now most of the time you will see that, yes, the sweeper on the bottom here is pointed away from where we're coming with the Lalo, but the one that we were coming into was pointed in that direction. Sometimes you're going to have to hit sweepers head on, hence why the haste spells were used, but it also depends on if you can get the troops there, how much damage is in that area. Are you against a multi-inferno with your loons getting pushed back? That's a nightmare. Or any splash damage. Depends what's there and whether you can basically tank through that, get on top of the sweeper. Maybe you have a good split of the balloons so it doesn't quite hit them all and you can sneak around the back of the sweeper almost. You're going to have a plan, but 9 times out of 10 though, guys, obviously don't go attacking head on into the sweeper. Now if you did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like. It does help out a lot, guys. Let me know your favorite attacks down in the comments, and if you haven't subscribed already, the button is right there next to me. But that wraps it up for this one. Until next time, peace out.